Welcome back to Studio F, where on Fast Times Willy B, we'll be reviewing Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Russell!
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Kory with me, and now we take a little bit of a break and hop to 1988.
Yes.
And we've got Michael back. We've got Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, directed by Dwight H. Little. Cast-wise, we've got Donald Pleasance back. Somehow survived the fire. We got Michael Myers back. Somehow survived the fire. But we got George Wilbur playing him. We've got Danielle Harris as a newcomer playing Laurie's daughter. And then Ellie Cornell playing Rachel, who is a character I know we both adore. So I had to give her a little shout out in the cast. Please. But we'll start with the good. And yet again, this is another Halloween movie where we're probably going to stick here for a little while. It's just like the Rocky franchise, man. I gave out 3/10 of the Rocky franchise. I'm not saying that this is my third 10 out of 10. I guess you'll wait and see till the end of the episode. But it's just one of my favorite franchises, man. So it's hard to find things I don't like about these movies. But 1, 3, and 4 have always been my 3 favorite.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk highly about this one again. And I know you feel the same way. It feels nice.
Gassing up this one.
That 4, I'm gonna start with 4 might feel the most Halloweeny.
Wow, you stole that from me. I was gonna say that.
That's is that what you're gonna say?
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
dude.
I think it captures the vibe.
I think
of
4
Halloween
through
season.
6 do.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
You're
4
right.
through 6 really
You're right.
push the feel of Halloween even further.
I was gonna argue 6, but when you take it outside of the facility, you're right. It's very
Yeah.
4 might be because we've talked about this all the time. The AMC marathon, they ran them all the time.
4 and 5 were always on there.
I saw this one the most. 4 the most reminds me of what Halloween felt like the day of Halloween to me as a kid.
Yeah.
Because it didn't remind me of like grown-ups and yada yada. And I think it's because we have a kid now in the role. Like
Yes.
I relate to Jamie so much.
Yeah.
Obviously not on the trauma. Anyway. And that whenever she goes trick or treating, like, and she catches up with the other group of friends and goes, I feel that to my fucking core still, man.
Yeah, I love the addition of Jamie. I think Danielle Harris was fantastic as a child actor.
You saw me do a little. I think she's chef's kid. They even talk about in a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that she's like the best child actor that they had seen at the time.
Yeah.
And I truthfully, I do not know if I could think of a better child actor in any movie I've ever seen. She's fantastic.
Yeah. And then speaking of another character that we both adore, I love Rachel.
Oh, Rachel's the best.
Rachel
man.
might be
She's
one of
the best Halloween characters. Period.
Yes, I agree. That's exactly
I like
what I
her
was about
better
to say.
than Laurie.
Yeah, I love Rachel.
I do.
And I think she's a great big sister type role to Jamie in this movie. I love them taking on this film together, basically.
Absolutely.
But this one, it has that same charm the original has over the second one. Because, you're obviously back in Haddonfield, but you have a scene where you're visiting a store, and it kind of felt like the scene where Laurie and Annie are driving through, and they just had the crime scene. They stop, and I love the mask scene because she puts on a clown mask, and it kind of pays homage to Michael.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
But there's just a lot of shots and scenes that feel like the first one, and I think that's why I love this one so much.
Yeah.
Because it just goes back to the roots. It's the return of Michael Myers.
For sure. It was Halloween 2018 before 2018.
Yeah.
And I think it does it the best, man. I mean, and also to me, something that feels so special to me. I don't know if you get the same sense. It does kind of have like TV movie kind of quality vibe to it, but in the best way. Yeah. For some reason. Yeah. It's not upsetting or it doesn't cheapen it out.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That's probably because the amount of times we've watched it on AMC, but...
Yeah. Nostalgia's a big factor here, folks. Yeah. I'm not going to fucking lie about that at all.
Yeah. But man,
So good.
It is so good.
So good.
We get some cool kills here again. I really love the third act in this film too.
Oh, it's the best third act I think in all of these movies for me.
Just taking it to can't think of the sheriff's name.
Yeah,
Meeker.
Brackett's replacer. Meeker.
Yeah. Taking it to Meeker's house, and that's where Rachel discovers her boyfriend's cheating on her.
Yeah.
And also, this movie got a lot better after finding out that the guy that plays Brady is also on Dazed and Confused. But anyways.
Yeah. No, you have to mention it. Mr. Catch You Later. That's what I'm going to call him for the rest of the review.
That's the eyebrows, man. But Brady is his name in this movie.
He is kind of a weird-looking guy. But not ugly. Handsome guy. Just.
But you have a little heat going on between Brady and Meeker's daughter.
A little awkward triangle.
And, Rachel discovers that that's a thing. And so it creates some tension in the house, which is cool. But they're, boarding up the house, getting ready. Well, they know he's already in there. And, you get the shotgun through her stomach, chest area. That's insane. You got Brady trying to redeem himself. You almost start to like Brady again by the end of this movie.
For sure. I for sure do. Yeah. Especially when he's trying to slow him down, because he knows he's not going to stop him, really. Yeah, he tries there for a second and epically fails.
Leads to his demise.
Because he gets the crushed skull, doesn't he? Yeah.
And then Rachel and Jamie do their thing, and
I love. I mean, cinematography is good in the movie. But if we're still talking kills, a little bit of cinematography here, I always loved that. And it scared the thing that scared me most about Halloween as a kid, because I talked in the first one about how it scared me more than anything. The shot that single-handedly scared me the most as a kid was whenever you would see the deputy in the rocking chair kind of smoking and just relaxing, whatever. And then whenever later it ends up being Michael in the chair, that always scared me to death.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah. One of my favorite shots in this movie is when Loomis is looking at Michael in the mirror. And that's when he has, the wrapped face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that.
Yeah, the shop.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that was a really good shot. Really well shot film.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they also pay homage to the first one with the, I can't believe we didn't talk about this, where you see, there's darkness out in the corner and then you see the mask start to appear. Yeah. They pay homage to that where Michael's face, it's not so much a slow, brightness level of the mask or however. I think they did that with an actual light. Yeah. They don't do that. This time it's kind of like a ding, and it appears for a second and then it goes. Yeah. And I love that so much, from the darkness when he's already in the house and they're fucking around with radios or what. Dude, he's already there. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Another cool storyline in this movie, Halloween Kills obviously takes from this. But it was done much better here in 4.
I don't think, yes it was.
The police force is blown through, and so we get a mob.
Oh yeah,
we get a mob, and it's the most hillbilly, hilljack dude you could ever think of. Oh, yeah. Earl and Ted. No, not Ted. Earl and Earl's Ted. Friend and Earl's friend. But dude, they hear something in a bush. And they all start lighting this bush up, and I'm like
Scarface with a submachine gun.
All with shotguns though. And they go to the bush and go, "Shit, Earl, that's Ted Hollister." And I don't know why, I always love that scene because it makes me laugh.
It makes me laugh too, because I'm like, before you're even like, that's Michael Myers, why'd you even assume it was a human? Yeah. And not a fucking deer?
Before you lit 36 rounds into him. Poor Ted.
Oh, what is this trend? Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween Kills. It's like, we killed someone that shouldn't have died.
Yeah, Ted Hollister.
Gosh, shit.
We need justice for Ted.
Justice for Ted for all you out there. Fast heads. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Fast heads.
That's pretty good, right? Just thought of it on the spot. That's pretty good.
But I'm putting it in the good.
Oh yeah,
it's cheesy. Yeah, fuck it. Dude, it's Ted Hollister.
Man, I don't care. This is your show. Shit, I love Earl. It. I love it. It's in the good for me
Shit,
too.
Earl, it's in the good. But then they end up being the truck that's taken Jamie and Rachel out of town, and then Michael
almost saves them.
Yeah, Michael's there.
It's on the hitch.
Yeah.
I love that too. By the way, that truck whole
dude, it's a fun action scene.
I'm saying the third act. I mean, it's kind of like a third act point too. Yeah. Like when they get out of the house and go to the school, I think that's a great setting. Like, oh god, I love the truck scene. I love whenever they do all eventually blow him to hell and literally in a well or whatever. I think that's it's phenomenal. Yeah. And also, I just want another scene that also used to scare the piss out of me is the scene where the car gets surrounded by a bunch of Michael Myers. And then it's just some kids. And you're like, oh, whatever. And then when they drive away, camera, mounted on the car looking back, and it's actually him standing there.
Yeah.
That used to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I think Halloween 4 was the movie I was scared of most for most of my life.
That's fair. It's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I'm going to throw in the good, and I think you're going to agree with me. The ending. The absolute ending, the final scene. I
was thinking about this earlier. I wasn't sure when it was a good time to bring this up. I just said that Halloween 3 has my favorite ending. Maybe. Okay, I'm not gonna definitively rank them. Rank spots 2 and 3 can be fought between Halloween 1 and 3. Halloween 4 has my favorite ending, definitively. I won't change it, of the entire franchise.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
It's tragic and terrifying at the same time. And the fact that Rachel holding the scissors, it's not even just her face, her with the mask.
Oh,
something about
Jamie?
Jamie holding the scissors and the blood just smeared all over her, and her wearing the mask made it unsettling. The fact that she put on the mask for that, and we get a little homage to the original Panaglide scene.
And then Loomis's reaction, man.
That's what makes it that's what sells it. I mean, that ending is great as is, but his reaction is what really takes it to that spot.
Yeah.
No, trying to pull out a gun to shoot her.
Yeah.
And being stopped by another deputy. Yeah. Christ.
Yeah.
Because he speaks so much about evil, in Halloween 2, you get I shot him 6 times, whatever. And he talks so much about how he just in the eyes he saw evil. And I think they really set up a great shot and everything to make it seem like Rachel's consumed by that evil too. I mean, her dead face is fantastic.
Yeah.
Danielle Harris's dead face. Oh, missed opportunities. We'll get to later.
Yeah, we'll talk about in the 5th one. But what an ending to this movie.
The ending might be the best part about the movie. Now I think about it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a battle for Rachel or Jamie's soul. I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, just once again, just about everything's in the good for me, man.
I know. I'm with you. Yeah.
Can hop over to the meh. I do have a few meh.
Yeah.
The start of the movie with Michael and Loomis even being alive.
It is kind of.
But once you get the rest of the movie, you definitely can look past that.
Well, what I love is that they don't try to apologize so much for it. They just go, look, they're alive. You want it.
That's fair.
Here's your shit, nerds. Let's just go.
Yeah.
You want it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And then we could probably throw the mask in the meh.
I'm gonna put the whole look in the meh. The shoulder pads, the mask. He looks a little bit too Frankenstein-y at times.
That's fair.
But I'm only putting the mask in the meh because also again, this mask actually I think scared me more than the original when I was a kid.
Okay.
Because part of the problem is it's too expressionless.
Yeah.
The Shatner one has just enough to where it feels like it's saying different things at different times, whatever. This mask is just so blank; it's just nothing. But something about that still uneases me, maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of my. It's not the best, but it's not one of my least favorites either.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere in the middle.
That's probably it.
Yeah, for me, it's just the looks and stuff. The theme is pretty good. The score's pretty good. It's not my favorite. Not even close to being my least favorite. I think it's a good score. I think it could have used Carpenter actually on the beat. I think that actually could have ramped this up like crazy. Yeah. But we have the look. I'm gonna put this in the meh just because it is it's fun, but it is extremely distracting when the pink mask with white hair in the school. Those couple shots, they're quick, but man, once you see it, you cannot unsee that. Impressive fuck up. How did you lose the movie mask on a weekend?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
It's not the first time either.
No, it wasn't.
Or not the last time, I should say.
No, it wasn't the first, nor was it the last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween H2O, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's interesting. But yeah, as far as
nothing in the bad.
The mez and stuff, I mean, that's. Yeah.
So up to our final thoughts and ratings. What do you leave off of Halloween 4? And what do you give it a 10?
I mean, here's what I'll say. For sure, it's my second favorite Halloween movie of all time. But with that being said, I acknowledge this is probably my favorite to watch, though. Yeah. It is the most rewatchable to me. It's kind of Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. I think the heart, all that. I think, obviously, the first one just is the best as a cinephile or whatever. But the one I have most fun, vibey, nostalgic-y feelings watching, it's this one.
Yeah.
And for that, I can't give it anything below an 8. So this one is a nice 9.5. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving it an 8, and I was like, whoa! I didn't know I had a higher score than you. I'm going 9 out of 10. This one it's just another great installment in a great franchise that I have a lot of fun watching.
Yeah.
And I love the additions we get here. We get some really cool scenes. Once again, the vibe is there. It's got a really good atmosphere, aesthetic, whatever you want to call it. It feels like Halloween, and that's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. Good emotional core, too, I think. I think that adds that, like, again, Jamie being a kid and whatever, her crying and Rachel, why won't you be my sister,
Such
whatever,
a good character.
Screaming at Michael, leave me alone, like things like that. And then also, like, even Loomis being like, just leave that poor town alone, Michael. Like, really trying to reason with him for a second.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal, man. And I just, man, every time they get in that ambulance and it starts driving, I'm like, here we go.
Here we go.
Kicking it up, nerds.
Buckle it up. That'll do it for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Kory, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button or follow the social links down below. We've got 2 more coming your way, but if you haven't already, go check out 1 through 3. We'll talk to you all very soon. Peace.